Brands have grown up over the last 20, 30 years. They've got to a point where you don't actually have to give the name of the company anymore. You can actually just show the symbol, and by just showing the symbol or the colors, people recognize it.
Mark Twain said that many a small thing has been made large through the right kind of advertising. The SME Zone spoke to branding guru and Gold Creative owner Grant Tom to tell you exactly how to do this.
Gold Creative is conventionally an advertising and design specialty house. Okay, we design and create and come up with concepts to implement into business, to create sales, to build brands. That is essentially what we do. What we've grown up to do is we've become a business growth specialist. We're in the business of growing people's businesses. And by growing theirs, we're growing ours. And we're always on the cutting edge of technology, the cutting edge of creativity, and the cutting edge of marketing by implementation, because we have to move with the trends in order to stay ahead of what the customer's demands are taking place.
So Grant, how exactly does branding work?
People have an understanding about a brand value. People have understanding as to the relevancy to that brand has to their personality, because it is about personality purchasing. And brand value is a form of identification that helps you choose the right choices that are for you because they're recognizable in the marketplace. You'll forget the name of my company, you'll forget the name of me, and often I've been introduced as Mr. Goldfish from Mr. Goldfish Advertising. The goldfish is what I get remembered by. The goldfish is what people recognize me by.
Aluglass Bowtech is one of Gold Creative's regular customers and came to Grant for some advertising advice.
We were looking to partner up with a creative mind in the marketing domain so that we could focus our marketing efforts. I think we were flying a bit ad hoc and without real objective. I'm not quite sure how Gold Creative came into the picture, but they were at least willing to have a discussion with us and a meeting with us. And Grant came and introduced himself, and we were very impressed by the creative character that was portrayed.
Through their work with Gold Creative, Aluglass Bowtech has come to realize the value of Grant's philosophy.
If people can't associate the product and the service that you're giving with a picture and an idea, you're not going to be front of mind, which means you're really fighting for the space in the mind of the people that are going to be using your product and your service to be front of mind. And I am certain that if you sort of recall a couple of the more successful marketing campaigns, it's exactly that what happens. It's either controversial, it puts it front of mind, or it's interesting, but it's really that association between what you do and how you do it, and sort of leaving a memorable experience in a whole array of aspects that becomes important.
You need to look at the four key values. You need to make sure that you've got, it's not about how great they are, it's about the great value that they offer to the client. So it's the value proposition. The next thing is about positioning the brand. The next thing is giving substantiation as to what the great value is about. And lastly, ensuring that they know how to find them. Many times people communicate thinking that the advert is so great, but they didn't know what they're talking about. But the man who's seen it for the first time is not so clear. So it's good to test your advertising, test your marketing before you spend a lot of money and put things to bed.
So, what tips are there for the small business owner? How can branding work for them?
The biggest tip that I can give a new business is to decide on what their brand is and build it properly. Many times small businesses don't have enough money and they do a very amateurish event of building a brand with the view to come back and fix it later. What tends to happen is that the business starts to grow, starts to work quite well, they start to evolve the brand, and then after a time they find that their brand doesn't suffice the target market that they've appealed to, and they have to go back and revisit the brand. The amount of money that it costs those businesses to revisit their brand to make sure that they're now in line is millions. If they just took the time in the beginning to decide what they want as the end result and planned and designed it properly with a proper design agency and got all the merits of the design and the brand worked out up front, they would never have to come back and visit it again. All that you would really need is to allow for the brand to tweak as trends move on, as a business grows on.
There you have it, from the expert himself. But there is one more thing every entrepreneur should remember.
I would say that it's imperative that you invest the money with the right pillars of marketing in order to ensure that you get the right outcome. That I think is the most important investment that you can make in your business.